Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Elite Kicks back with the weekly video. I'm very excited to give you guys all this information. We're going to be talking about how to cop the Jordan 4 Military Black. But before we jump into that, guys, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're closing in on the goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers. We're just about 200 subscribers out, and I would definitely appreciate the support. With that, guys, the Jordan 4 Military Black is dropping this Saturday, May 21st, for a retail price tag of $210. Yes, Nike went up on the price again. The grade school pairs are going to be selling for $160 and obviously are going to be dropping on the same date. In this video, guys, we're going to be talking about 5 different places to focus your attention on, how to cop, how leftover day works, and the best way to secure as many pairs, or if you're just looking for one pair. So we're going to start with Dick's Sporting Goods. By the time this video goes up, there's a solid chance that DSG has already handed out wristbands. What I'm hearing is it's supposed to be Monday morning, Monday afternoon, or it could be on Tuesday. If it doesn't happen by Tuesday, and when I mean Monday and Tuesday, what I'm talking about is when I say Monday, I'm talking about Monday the 16th or Tuesday the 17th, just to make sure we're all on the same page. If it doesn't happen by Tuesday, then something has changed with DSG's internal policies. But it'll either be right as soon as the store opens at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or it'll be later in the afternoon, like what has happened in the previous release, so sometime between 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In terms of which stores, I don't know the exact stores. The best advice I can give this is, guys, if your store previously got a Jordan GR release, more than likely they'll be getting this release as well. The sad part is that the list does not come out literally until 2 or 3 minutes before the time when wristbands are handed out. So if you're not really there in line before the list actually drops, your chances of copying are less. You can still get it if you rush out and you get yourself a pair. The other thing you can obviously do is contact your local DSG, see what they have to say. Just be mindful, some employees will just make up anything just to get you off the phone. So the other question I get is, how do leftovers work at DSG? Each DSG does things differently. Usually you have about an hour and a half or 2 hour or 2.5 hour window, depending upon which DSG you go to. When you do go there to pick up your wristband, just ask them, how does leftover day work? They will explain it to you. They have no problem explaining it to you. Some DSGs will say after 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is first come, first serve for any remaining pairs that they have. Other DSGs will say that they'll hand out waitlist wristbands. Other DSGs will say, no, we're going to be releasing our pairs at 4 o'clock. So the key thing here is talk to your DSG, figure out what exactly they're doing, because each DSG does do things kind of differently. The next store I want to talk to you guys about is Finish Line JD Sports Exclusive Access. So exclusive access, if it happens with Finish Line JD Sports, we'll most likely see it for an in-store exclusive access event either on Tuesday or Wednesday, with the online exclusive access happening later that week on Thursday or Friday. Now, here's the key nugget to keep in mind. If all the Finish Line and JDs do not get their pairs, then there will not be an exclusive access event, and what will happen is there will be an in-store raffle. So the key thing here for you guys is this. Around Tuesday, give your local Finish Line and JDs a phone call. See what they're doing. They will tell you in-store raffle, or they will tell you exclusive access event. But you want to make sure you get on that earlier, because you do not want to miss the window for entering the in-store raffle, because that's going to be a very good way to cop this particular shoe. Now, how do leftovers work at Finish Line JD Sports? So some JD Sports, what they do is, Finish Line JD Sports, what they'll do is at 5 o'clock, you have until 5 o'clock to pick up your pair. If you don't pick up by 5 o'clock, then your pair is gone, right? So they'll do it first come, first serve. Some Finish Line JD Sports will do that. Other Finish Line JD Sports, what they'll do is they'll take your name down, and if they have that size remaining and you're at the top of the list, they'll give you a call. So the best thing here, again, is talk to your Finish Line JD Sports and see what they're doing with leftover pairs. This leads to a key point. Having these connections is very crucial, guys. So this is a video I dropped a couple months ago. So developing those connections with employees, they'll happily give you the information. But you don't want to just go in there and be like, hey, tell me this, right? No one wants to be treated like that. So those are the things to keep in mind for Finish Line JD Sports when exclusive access could happen and how leftovers work. The next store I want to talk about, guys, is Flex. With Flex, my best advice is that the algorithm has been going back and forth between big accounts and small accounts. Usually the smaller accounts have been hitting a lot more consistently. I will tell you, for me, from my personal experience, my bigger account has been hitting pretty consistently with the ship to me option. So if you do enter into the Flex app reservations, make sure you do the in-store pickup as well as the ship to me option. That will definitely increase your chances. So with Flex in store, keep in mind the smaller accounts have been hitting more. That key point seems to be somewhere just a little bit above 100,000, but not too far above a million. I will say my bigger account has been hitting. That's just information I put out there. I do want to talk about leftovers for a Flex store. So we're talking about Foot Locker, Champs, Kids Foot Locker. Usually the next day, they will make everything first come, first serve. Again, you want to check with your stores. You want to make sure that that is exactly what they're doing. They may not do it because the next day is Sunday and they don't want high traffic. They may just randomly do it on a Monday or Tuesday. But you want to check with your stores. More than likely what ends up happening, what happened with the Oreo 4s at least, was they opened up the stores, they had a bunch of pairs, but they weren't allowed to release them. It wasn't until noon that Sunday that they were allowed to sort of give them out first come, first serve. So that's just something to keep in mind, is that if you do get there Sunday when it opens and they're not doing first come, first serve, you may want to hang around noontime or so, because that's usually when their district manager calls in and says, go ahead and release them first come, first serve. Next place, guys, you know how much I love sneakers. Understanding that algorithm is so key. Having multiple accounts is so key, because the reason understanding sneakers is so important is because they always have the most stock. So you're giving yourself the best chance to cop at least that one pair or as many pairs as you want. So sneakers, guys, again, this is going to be a 10-minute draw. So what does that mean? It means that there's going to be a higher bot protection, higher everything protection. So if you are running multiple accounts, make sure you change the name, the addresses, credit card information, everything like that. The key thing here to keep in mind is if you've got a Wi-Fi network, my recommendation is, I've had the best success on Wi-Fi's if I have about 2 to 3 accounts, to not go over 3 accounts on one particular Wi-Fi network or data or a hotspot, and that will increase your chances to cop. I'll link down, if you go down in the description box, there is a how to cop on sneakers and how to create successful multiple sneakers accounts. You guys want to check out those videos. Those will definitely help you cop. Again, key thing here is multiple accounts, doing it correctly. The fifth thing I want to talk to you guys is about a random number of stores to keep in mind. The key way to catch as many pairs as possible is to cast a wide net. So don't forget about Hibbett Sports. They do their in-store raffle. Their online method to checking out, it is very difficult, but if you have Apple Pay, that is the critical way to check out and successfully check out. S&S does raffles. Make sure you enter in for that. Snipes also does in-store raffles. So if you have a local Snipes next to you, make sure you enter in for that. They also do leftovers as well. I think their leftover day starts around 2 o'clock. I know my local Snipes, their policy is that after 2 o'clock, everything, maybe you have until 2 o'clock, and after 3 o'clock, everything becomes first come, first serve. I can't remember the exact elements of it. I've never done leftover day with Snipes before, but that's one thing to keep in mind. If you do have a local Snipes, figure out that information. You guys, that is the video for today. We talked about DSG, Finish Line, JD Sports, talked about Flex, talked about sneakers, and just a bunch of other random spots to cast a wide net. Next week, I'm very excited about next week's video, guys. We're going to be talking about the Travis Scott Air Maxes as well as the trainers, because they are rumored to be dropping on May 27th, which is going to be not this coming Friday, but the following Friday after that. Very excited about it. It's apparently been loaded on the back end on sneakers already. So I'm very excited to drop that information, how to increase your chances. I'll be putting out that video on Monday, so you'll have a full week to prepare for the Travis Scott drop. With that, guys, this is Elite Kicks signing off. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.